Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look at Paper Wars issue 104. This is the official magazine of Compass Games, and inside it features the game Wolf Tone Rebellion, Irish Rebellion of 1798. We're going to be taking a look at both the game and the magazine, but first, let's see what components you get with Paper Wars issue number 104. We start off with the magazine, which also has the rules for the game Wolf Tone Rebellion inside. We've got the counter sheet, which is shrink wrapped, and then our map. So let's set up the map and take a closer look at Wolf Tone Rebellion, and then we'll take a look at Paper Wars issue number 104. And here's a look at the map that comes with the game. It's very easy to understand, area control map, and the whole point of the game is control the most areas at the end of 7 turns, and you win the game. The difference is the Rebel player, they can control any area on the map. The British player can only control the green areas. The orange areas are off limits for the British. You've got these 5 different patrol zones here for the British Navy. You have the French landing site, and the reason being is the Wolf Tone Rebellion. The Irish had the backing of the French in this conflict. At the very bottom, you have the British response track and the French landing expedition track as well. Nicely done map, easy to understand everything. Just a couple of tracks, not hard to follow. Next, we'll take a look at the counter sheet that comes with the game. At the top, we have the Irish units. Below that, we have British units, French units, and then Rebel units. The remainder are administrative counters for use in the game. Next, we'll take a look at the rules. The rules are still inside the magazine. I've not removed them yet, so we'll just look at them in the mag, and then we'll go back and take a look at the magazine after this. Start off with the table of contents listing out all the sections and their associated page numbers. You can see only 6 pages of rules. By the way, this is a design by John Paniski. Introduction and components. Unit description, your leaders, land units, patrol and landing markers, naval markers, and then your admin counters. One thing about the leaders is, in this game, the leaders are going to all have individual strengths and weaknesses, which will make them more unique, so they'll be better in some situations than others. Victory conditions, your setup starts on page 2. Then we get into the phase sequence, place reinforcements, naval sequence, naval segment. Then we have your weather roll, your landing, get into the factions, rebels, French, loyalists, and the British. Movement, stacking, battle sequence on page 4. Initiating your combat, and then the battle board. This is going to have a battle board too, which I think adds another layer to it. It's not just simply have more factors than the other guy in the area, roll off, and you're done. You're actually going to have a battle board. There's going to be a first line, second line, and a cavalry reserve on that, which is going to be pretty neat. Plus, your leaders. Artillery effects, French, British effects, combat, and then the casualty status. Then we have barracks, French arms and captured arms, captures, morale, retreat, next battle victory, and control markers. Then we have the designer's notes on page 6. And then after that, we have the battle board for use in the game. And then we have an example of play that'll be on the following page by John. And it's going to go on for a couple pages to give you a little bit more understanding on how to play the game, which I think is a great addition, especially for a magazine game. And last, we'll take a look at the magazine itself. This is a 59-page full-color magazine. Inside of the front cover, we have the table of contents listing out all the articles as well as their associated page numbers. Start off with the editorial from Ty Bomba. Behind the Lines report, Adam Starkweather. Test of Faith by Adam Starkweather. Wolf Tones Rising, John Paniski. No Peace Without Honor, Design Deep Dive with David Myler. 1672 Who's Who, David Myler as well. Gregory Smith, Case Geld, Observations and Analysis. Dragnok Pacific, a Case Geld variant scenario by Joseph Bizio. Mississippi Banzai, a Case Geld variant scenario by Tom Miller. And then we get into the Wolf Tone Rebellion, which we already talked about. We've got World War II campaigns, 1940, 41, 42. Russian campaign by Art Lupinacci. Projects update by Billy Thomas Jr. And then we close out with the progress report from John Kranz. There's our editorial from Ty Bomba. Behind the Lines report, Adam Starkweather. Test of Faith, designer's notes and comments. We get into the Wolf Tones Rising, which is going to be backstory to the game Wolf Tone Rebellion by the designer John Paniski. No Peace Without Honor, Design Deep Dive with designer David Myler. Design Philosophy Behind the Leader Ratings in No Peace Without Honor, also by David Myler. K-Skeld Observation and Analysis, Gregory Smith. Dragnok Pacific, K-Skeld variant by Joseph Vizio. Mississippi Bonsai, another K-Skeld variant. And we've already looked at the rules of play for this game. And we have World War II campaigns, 1940, 41, and 42 by Art Lupinacci. That looks really great. Can't wait to see that one on the table. That's going to be a lot of fun. Russian campaign attacking the Lupinacci defense by Art Lupinacci. Gives you his defense and how to attack it. Art definitely loves that game. And he shows it a lot of love and a lot of support, which is really fantastic. As you see, it goes on for several pages. German challenges, planning and play. Then we have the project update by Julian Thomas, production manager. Bismarck Last Battle, World War II campaigns, 1940, 41, and 42. Lightning Strikes, the World Wars of the 20th Century. And then a progress report from John Kranz, where he's going to be talking about the Kaiser's High Sea Fleet, Hitler's Last Gamble, which is now The Last Gamble, and Schutztruppe. And then on the back of the magazine, we have a listing of all the upcoming games that will be in the next issues of Paper Wars magazine. And that is a look at everything you get inside of Paper Wars issue number 104, featuring the game Wolftone Rebellion, Irish Rebellion of 1798, which is a game designed by John Paniski. The game looks really interesting in this magazine. Just a pretty quick 6 pages of rules, 7 turns, not going to be difficult to get on the table, should be a lot of fun. Wolftone Rebellion is also something that a lot of people really know a lot about, so that's why it's great that John has also had the lead-in article before the game rules, so that way you can get a little backstory on it, understand the conflict a little bit better, and then jump into the game, which is one of those things that is great about magazine games. When they're done right, you have a supporting article for the game in the issue, which most of the time they do, and it's really outstanding, especially for those smaller, lesser-known conflicts. A lot of great articles in here from many designers from the Compass stable, so it's always great to see them not only talking about their own games, but also talking about other designers' games as well. So really good to see that. But it looks like yet another great issue from Paper Wars magazine. So looking forward to getting this game on the table, checking it out, as well as reading the rest of the articles in Paper Wars 104, which is available now. If you haven't gotten it, make sure you place your order to get it. And also, if you have a subscription, this was the last issue on the current subscription. You'll need to resubscribe for the next 4 issues in the magazine. Well, I hope that helps you guys out if you've been curious about this one. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.